also try to sort of compromise a little bit with other motorists. If there's a hazard, say there's a hazard in the right half of the right lane here, then I get far left of center, hugging my far left line, so that anybody in the right lane can sort of split the two lanes. They can get around the hazard and not hit me, pretty much. Sort of an intentional compromise, but I can understand why a lot of people don't do it. Unplanned incidents like that have led to many a lost mirror on a cage. So you got like over here, if there were, say, a lot of debris in the far right lane, on the right side of the right lane, then a cage can drive down the middle of the drive between the two lanes, have the lane divider bisect the vehicle, and there's no collision. Seems like a reasonable compromise, but again, I can understand why people don't do that. I can understand why cagers don't do that. I'm wondering if that's one of the contributing factors to road rage, is people just don't try to understand the other person's perspective. People are stubborn about, well, I'm right and you're wrong. So if you have two people like that, one makes a mistake or misunderstanding or something like that, well, you got road rage. Makes me wonder if that's one of the biggest causes. I think there's also a little bit of what you see and what you don't see involved with motorcycling. For example, when I signal like this, to mean that I'm saying something interesting, well, people think, well, oh, he's just looking at Morgan Inn, for example. Well, no, what you don't see is my eyes were straight forward. I was still looking at the road in front of me and not at the Morgan Inn. People can't see that, especially from a distance. People can't see that, and especially through a tinted visor, people can't see that. Seems like there are a lot of reasonable misunderstandings involving motorcycles and motorcyclists. Like sometimes I like to play around a little bit, half play, half skill building. And sometimes weave around a little bit. Actually, I was wondering why. I've seen people do quite a bit of weaving. I've wondered why. Wasn't quite sure. Tried to justify it, but turns out apparently some people do that to try to warm up the tires. I just read that's not very effective. But whatever. I just do it partly for skill building and partly just for my own amusement. I try to get to this side at one point, try to veer over to this side, and then veer over to this side, and then veer over to this side, veer over to this side. You know, it practices obstacle avoiding, pretty much. Like I sort of pretend there's an obstacle somewhere, try to avoid it. It helps. I'm not very pronounced about it, I admit that. I have to talk to Dad about getting my handlebars aligned or something. Seems like they're vibrating too much. I'm getting the same soreness I had for the thingy's something, whatever was tightened. Oh, yeah, the little doodad. The front fork. There's something about the front fork that was loose, and it was loose. It just naturally comes loose from normal wear and tear. But, I had to have it tightened. Can't imagine it's still loose. I gotta talk to Dad about it. things I want to talk to Dad about. Well, I've got one of those scratch-resistant brake levers, scratch-resistant clutch lever, scratch-resistant clutch. That's another difference between what you see and what you don't see. Is back there, it looked like I was facing forward. It looked like all I was doing was looking straight forward and not paying attention to who was in the next lane. What you don't see is my eyes were focused on the mirror, the left side mirror. I was very subtle about creeping over to my left, just like that. To the right, there's traffic coming. But my point is, I was focused on who was behind me, thanks to angles and just basic trigonometry. I can generally see who's next to me. I can have part of a car outside my blind spot in time for me to react to it and get back into my lane or adjust my speed, something like that. Especially when that's combined with keeping track of where people are, doing some visual pre-checks. That's almost akin to a truck driver, you know, a big rig. You don't see those big tractor trailers or even that guy using the center mirror, because the center mirror is pretty much useless for those guys. I'm just doing the same effect. Cautiously, of course. Cautiously. Definitely do an over-the-shoulder glance whenever possible. Definitely useful. There seem to be a lot of old cars out here.